You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
We kick off your 11 minutes of nonstop news with a balloon release to remember a student gunned down outside of Benjamin E. Mays High School.
Our Molly Oak joins us live, and Molly, we're learning more about 16-year-old Breasia Powell.
Yeah, friends tell us Breasia always had a smile on her face, especially when she was volunteering at the city's midnight basketball program. Last night before tip-off, they held a moment of silence to remember the rising junior who was killed over the weekend. It happened early Sunday morning around 2:30. Powell and other teens were on a party bus that ended with a stop on school property. Powell and another 16-year-old were shot. Powell died and the boy was hospitalized. Now that balloon release is tonight right here at the school at 6:30. It'll happen on the football field. Organizers say if you plan to come, bring a pink, gold, or white balloons. Guys.
Great, thank you, Molly. Well wishes are coming in from around the world for former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. It was announced by the Carter Center that she's living with dementia. Chrissy Diaz is live for us.
She has been advocating on this topic for more than 50 years. It started when they were in the governor's mansion, then extended into the White House years and beyond with the creation of the Carter Center and the Rosalynn Carter Institute for Caregivers. So it is no surprise that people around the world want to send well wishes. They're feeling moved, inspired, maybe sad and a little grateful, and wanting to express all of that to Mrs. Carter. The Carter Center has set up a board online where you can send messages of peace and comfort to Mrs. Carter. Now, when the Carter Center released the news yesterday in a statement, they said Mrs. Carter is, quote, living happily at home with her husband, enjoying spring in Plains and visits with loved ones. And that's an important point alone, and where she is leading by example once again, reminding people that you can still have a meaningful life after a dementia diagnosis. And this is in line with the work that she has been doing for decades now, announcing her diagnosis just one more step in living out her legacy of reducing stigma and starting important conversations. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Christy. This morning we have updates to a deadly shooting in Buckhead we brought to you as breaking news on Tuesday.
We now know a woman shot in an Uber was targeted. Right now, there's still no suspects. Police say she was inside an Uber when another car pulled up at Lindbergh and Adina Drives and opened fire. Neighbors and family members have identified the victim as Sisha Brody, saying that she moved here from Guyana with her brother. That was a look at your top headlines this morning. Your time now is 6:50.
Melissa is watching some rain in the forecast.
Hurricane season. One day away from the start of hurricane season. We'll get to that coming up in just a second. But rain this morning. Few isolated showers as we head into the afternoon. Isolated again. Something that can give us more widespread rain this time of year is the tropics, and hurricane season officially starts tomorrow. The hurricane Noah is predicting a near average season. If you want to learn more about that, there is an article and a package that I put together last week on the 11 Alive app. Here's an area I'm watching in the Gulf of Mexico that has a low chance of development the next 7 days. The Hurricane Center giving this a 20% chance of development. Likely there's a little bit too much wind shear for this to really get going, but this is something that we're watching heading into early June. Let me show you the forecast track for where this ends up heading. It might get its act together a little bit the coming days, just creating an area of low pressure, but it probably won't have a big opportunity for major development. But where is it going this weekend? Likely east is where the steering currents will take this over the Florida Peninsula out into the Atlantic early next week. So does that mean it heads into Georgia? Unfortunately not if you are looking for rainfall. But rainfall this morning, I am tracking some of those isolated showers. We need it. Look at the May rainfall stats for us. We've had just over 1.5 inches of rain in Atlanta. We averaged nearly 3.5 inches of rain. So we have a rain deficit, meaning below where we should be, of nearly 2 inches of rain. And the pattern this week is not going to support widespread rain, unfortunately, but there will be some opportunities each day of a few pop-up showers and storms. Look at this start to the day. Beautiful picture from our live camera up in Blue Ridge, up in the North Georgia mountains. But if you're hoping to see a nice sunrise in Atlanta, you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow, unfortunately. Cloud cover greets us this morning. I have also been tracking a couple of light showers. Those showers are on the northeast side of the metro, stretching throughout Jackson County, rather hovering just south of the Brazelton area through Jefferson. For today, 20% rain chance. We start off with those few isolated showers this morning, a lot of cloud cover. That cloud cover thins out for the noon hour, and then this afternoon as we heat to the low 80s, Here we go. Some isolated showers and maybe a thunderstorm will develop. Notice there's a few areas of green on the map, but more areas that are not getting in on any rain. That is the pattern we will be in for the rest of the work week. Some of us get lucky, get a shower or storm in the afternoon. Most of us do not pick up any rain over the course of the week. Tomorrow looks very similar. We'll start in the 70s in the morning. Few showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Here's your 7-day forecast. Low rain chances over the weekend.
Thank you. Now a live look from our nation's capital, where just hours from now, House lawmakers will debate the debt ceiling bill. If passed, there could be changes for those on SNAP benefits. Right now, the law requires most adults from 18 to 49 without dependents to work or attend other programs. The proposed deal would push that age range up 5 years. There are some exemptions. Also, if approved, the pandemic pause on federal student loan payments would be lifted. Those federal student loans would then have to be paid back at a 5.5% interest rate, which is about 2.5% higher than it was before the pause. Today, people in Georgia with medical cannabis cards will be able to get what they need in a new form. The Trulieve dispensary will be selling it as nasal spray. The company's inventory manager says the spray primarily helps people having seizures, but can help other conditions too. It takes effect faster than low THC oil, but it doesn't last as long.
It takes about 15 minutes, lasts about an hour, hour and a half, and then the oils are going to take 30 to 45 minutes, and those last anywhere between 3 to 4 hours. And if you ate something fatty that day, it might last 5 to 6.
The nasal spray costs $120. It sprays 300 times with 5 milligrams of medicine in each dose.
Today is the last day to apply for the DeKalb County's Tenant Landlord Assistance Coalition Housing Assistance Program. DeKalb County says it's seen roughly 1,100 applications since April. Anyone who submits an application today will still be considered. Now taking you to a live look at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, where in the last few days, airport officials say they've seen a record Memorial Day weekend here and across the nation. The Transportation Secretary Administration sharing on Twitter that nearly 9.8 million people were screened at airports nationwide over the 4-day weekend, and that's up by 300,000 compared from the Memorial Day holiday in 2019. TSA said Friday's screening volume was nearly 3 million, and that's the highest post-pandemic single-day record. And here in Atlanta, TSA officials say more than 79,000 travelers were screened a day from last Thursday through this Monday, marking Thursday and Friday the 3rd and 4th busiest day on record for the world's busiest airport. Melissa?
And they keep those lines moving most days, so good to them. All right, otherwise today, there's a couple of isolated showers this morning. That's the extent of the rain chance today. It's pretty isolated. We'll see a stray shower possible this afternoon. Otherwise, we start in the 60s. Then this afternoon, we'll top out around 80 degrees. The pattern will continue the rest of the week.
Hey, this morning there's a new honor for our friend Takari Tatum. Cobb County honoring him for an impact he's making on kids all over the country. Takari is the 5th grader behind the Snap It mental health awareness campaign. We recently shared exclusively about his new book. The National Alliance on Mental Health has named him the Gifted Student of the Year. Good job, Takari. Keep on going.
New York Times bestseller on the way.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Today's show is coming up next. We hope you have a good day out there, everybody, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.